Regardless of where you live, do you like to listen to Southern rock music? There is an awesome list out there. Oh man, I have got a list for you. If you are a Southern rock music lover, this list is for you. I'm telling you, I stumbled upon this website the other day, and I'm going to put a link into the description of this list. It's the 35 all time best Southern rock songs. And let me just put it this way, when I read this list, it kind of was a battle between two Southern rock groups. The Allman Brothers Band was one, and Leonard Skinner was the other. Now there was a few other artists on that list that you were on multiple times. ZZ Top was on multiple times. So was the Black Crowes. But it almost seemed like it was just going back and forth to Leonard Skinner and Allman Brothers Band. So without further ado, let's get into this list. This article starts off by saying, like so much rock and roll from the earliest and most formative years, Southern rock took a little bit from here and a little bit from there. Not to be confused with its lighter touched country rock cousin, Southern rock mixes blues, soul, and country and spins it through heavy rock's affinity for loud guitars and improvisational spirit for a genre truly distinct in tone and style. At number 10 is Leonard Skinner, Simple Man. More than any other Southern rock band of the era, Leonard Skinner played up to the southernness of their roots, from the barroom honky-tonk politics of Gimme Three Steps to bottle-tipping Poison Whiskey, both from their debut album, a cornerstone of the genre. Simple Man, however, could be the most southern track on the LP, an advice song passed on from mother to son about not forgetting those roots. Now, Simple Man is an easy song to learn on the guitar, and I've learned it myself. I've even displayed it on previous videos. It's basically three chords. You've got your C major, you've got your G major, and you have your A minor. And if you want to have it in the style that it's performed on this song, you need to tune it a half step down. But you can also play it in standard tuning as well, and it will sound just fine. At number 9 is Leonard Skinner, Gimme Three Steps. Back-to-back Leonard Skinner songs. And I know there's got to be at least two more that are better than these two songs. Let's find out. Leonard Skinner's debut plays like its greatest hits record, from concert staples such as Freebird to sleeper fan favorite I Ain't the One. Found among its 8 songs, their debut single, Gimme Three Steps, got a boost with the rousing version found on the band's 1976 live album, One More from the Road. But there's an all too real sense of surprise to the studio take, complementary to the song's out of this depths narrator. At number 8 is the Marshall Tucker Band, Can't You See? The centerpiece of South Carolina's Marshall Tucker Band's self-titled debut, Can't You See, begins with an instrumental passage featuring the flute, not exactly the instrument of choice of Southern rock bands. The song was the group's first single and stalled outside the top 100. 4 years later, a live version hit number 75. It's since become a favorite to cover, with Waylon Jennings and Zac Brown Band among its fans. I actually like this song, Can't You See? I'm surprised I don't hear it as much on the radio these days in comparison with some of these other songs that are on this list, but I like this song. At number 7 is Little Feat by Dixie Chicken. Little Feat's second album, Sailin' Shoes from 1972, helped set the template for the band's easy groove going forward, but it's their third record where they finally put it all together, blending funk, soul, country, and southern rock with an assured grace that also translated effortlessly to the stage. Dixie Chicken's title track quickly became the band's signature song, a distillation of the warm, hot to allure in four sweat escalating minutes. At number 6 is ZZ Top, LaGrange. Borrowing a rhythm, bass, and vocal lines from the John Lee Hooker's classic blues Boogie Chillin', ZZ Top turbocharged LaGrange into something else by the end of the song. The highlight of their breakthrough third album, Tres Hombres, LaGrange is part blues, part boogie, and part southern rock, gliding along scuzzy guitar line rivaled by Billy Gibbons' scratchy ha 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 vocal, a nod and a bridge from the past. And I've seen ZZ Top a couple of times, and LaGrange is definitely their walk-off song. When you hear them play it, you know that the concert's over, but they go out strong with this song, and it's an awesome song. At number 5 is the Allman Brothers Band, Ramblin' Man. Interesting. I thought Ramblin' Man would be a little bit higher, but maybe there's some better songs after that. Who knows? I really like this song. After Duane Allman died in 1971, the Allman's other guitarist, Dickie Betts, stepped in to learn his late bandmate's side parts and in turn progressed into one of the group's most relied upon players. Borrowing its title and country foundation from a Hank Williams song, Ramblin' Man was demoed 2 years before its appearance on 1973's Brothers and Sisters. It hit number 2, the band's only top 10 hit in a decades-long career. At number 4 is Gregg Allman, Midnight Rider. The Allman Brothers Band had already recorded in what many may say is the definitive version of Midnight Rider on their second album, Idlewild South. When the song's main writer, Gregg Allman, was putting together his first solo album in 1973, he re-recorded it as a moodier update and emphasized the dark nature inherent in the song's groove. The new version went top 20, surpassing the commercial peak of the earlier track. Oh, wow. At number 3 is Lynyrd Skynyrd's Sweet Home Alabama. Written as a reaction to Neil Young's Southern Baiting Southern Man, Sweet Home Alabama quickly grew beyond its answer song origins. Lynyrd Skynyrd's debut was a modest hit, denting the top 30, though it placed no songs in the top 10. That changed with Sweet Home Alabama, which made the top 10 the band's only single to do so, and provided the band with the steam to claim the Southern Rock crown by midway decade. Here's another Skinner song. I wonder what's better than Sweet Home Alabama. Ooh. At number 2 is Lynyrd Skynyrd, Freebird. What? Number 2? I could have sworn that was going to be number 1. I really thought that was number 1. That should be number 1, regardless of what this list says at number 1. Oh my goodness. That is highway robbery. Lynyrd Skynyrd knew what they had with Freebird. As the epic closing song on their debut album, it was designed as a showstopper and centerpiece of both their record and live shows. Not so surprisingly, Freebird even grew more epic on stage, where it was expanded to 15 plus minutes with dueling guitars acting as a cathartic moment when the wistful ballad becomes jam band standard, a Southern rock milestone. Well, number 1 is the Allman Brothers Band, Whipping Post. That's a good song, don't get me wrong, but that is not number 1. No way. Freebird is much better than Whipping Post. I'm sorry, people out there. If you love Whipping Post, that's fine. It's a great song, but it is not better than Freebird. Freebird is number one on this list. That is my opinion. The Allman Brothers Band made Whipping Post the closing anchor song of their self-titled debut album in 1969, but it didn't become a Southern rock classic until it appeared on their 1971 breakthrough live LP at Fillmore East. In studio form, the song was one of Gregg Allman's first compositions with the New Family band formed along with brother Dwayne. Riffing on old blues themes and working along a fairly standard musical scale of the genre, Whipping Post took on another life out on the stage. As the centerpiece of the band's shows, the song was often pushed to the half-hour mark, allowing ample room for Dwayne's mesmerizing guitar to weave itself in and out of the music. The 22-minute version found on the Fillmore East is truly an epic experience, a song that made masterpiece by Southern rock royalty operating at the peak of their powers. Okay, I'm calm now. Okay, I'm calm. I'm telling you, it's a good list, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I like these songs in the top 10. I just don't agree with Whipping Post being number one. Freebird definitely is number one. But going through this list here, I just wanted to give you what my top 5 songs on this list. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be giving my favorite songs, but in this top 10 only. Now, like I said earlier, it's top 35 Southern rock songs. I'll put the link in the description if you want to check out the list and see for yourself if you agree with this list or if there's any songs that you think should be on this list. That's going to be interesting. So here are my 5 favorite songs in this top 10 list. At number 5 is Sweet Home Alabama. I mean, it's just, when you hear it, it just makes you feel good. I just love it. I never get tired of this song, and it's just wonderful. Number 4 is Ramblin' Man. I really just love that song. I mean, it's just a nice, when you're traveling and you're doing on a road trip, and you hear this song, it's one of those rocking down the highway songs, so to speak. Number 3 is Simple Man by Lynyrd Skynyrd. And for reasons mentioned earlier when I was reading this list, it's just an easy song to learn if you want. It's one of the easiest songs to learn if you're even starting to learn to play guitar, because you can just strum it so easily. And number 2 is LaGrange. I really love this song. I mean, there's other songs from ZZ Top that I love even better. Mostly a lot of their songs from their Eliminator album, because I had that album. But LaGrange is just one of those things where you can just... it's a great song, and it's just... Based on this list here, it's my second favorite. And of course, number 1. What can I say? Freebird. Need I say more? So, what about you? What are your favorite songs on this list? And if you go through this list on this website, are there any of the songs that were listed on there that you think should have been in the top 10? Please, just let me know down in the comments, and thank you for watching.